I am sure sports. You know me there, I'm coast to coast representing. I mean, I say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know the game play, that me not say it. If me never seen a game, me not know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the day done, you are gonna love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember to like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Trick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, welcome back. Again, I am Manning's man. All right, there you go. Listen, bam. All right, so running a little late, probably a minute or two, but we're back. We have an interview that we're going to do with a young player. Some of you would have seen him when Jamaica played in the under 17s, right? He has a sister who played for Jamaica. His father also had some games back in his days. I'm not sure if you all know or if you are going to make a determination if the sister is the better of the three, or young Nicholas is the better of the three, or the dad is the superstar. But we'll talk to him today because he's creating some waves over there in the USA where he plays. Don't pressure him, because he's still young. But quite eloquent. So let's welcome to I Am Sure Sports, Nicholas Simmons. You're muted, Nick. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing fantastic, man. Good to have you and thing. You had training today?
Later in the evening. Not yet.
Yeah? Oh, you have training today?
Yeah, in the evening.
Oh, in the evening. All right. Listen, for the people who don't, this is the first, they're living under a rock somewhere. Tell them a little bit about you, your father, mother, where you attend school now, and and then I'll get into a couple of questions with you.
Yeah, so I'm living in Richmond, Virginia right now in the U.S. I right now I'm currently doing online school. Last year I was attending James River High School. I'm currently playing with the Richmond Kickers. So I'm training in the morning, but the season just ends. So now I'll go back to my team. But that's what I'm doing right now.
So Richmond Kickers, what league do they participate in?
They play in the USL League One.
Oh, League One. Okay. All right. And you play that's semi-pro or professional?
Professional.
Oh, okay. Cool. That is awesome. So how many games did you play for them this season?
I played in 5 games.
Okay.
I signed later in the season. I signed in July, so I got less time, but I played 5 games.
Okay. Any goals?
I scored 1 goal on my debut.
Awesome. So the season has ended. Will you be re-signing with them for the new season, or you go back to playing with your high school?
So I'll re-sign on another academy contract in the beginning of next season.
Okay, okay, all right. Blessings, get it, get it, get it. So, let's get into a little bit. So how old are you now? Because you played under 17 last year with the was it last year? Yes,
Last year.
yeah, with the Jamaican
So,
team. Yeah,
oh, early this year. So I'm a late '06. So I'm 16. So
you
this December I turned 17.
oh, so you're 16 and you played in the USL League One.
Mhm.
Wow, I mean, how big was that for you? Because I mean, at 16 years old, that's like some of the, I mean, I think there's only one 16-year-old right now playing in the JPL in Jamaica. You're 16, you're playing in the pro leagues. What was that like for you?
It was a it was an amazing experience to be around the older guys, the pros, to learn from them. But just being out there in general was enough for me, and to score was just something special. So it was an amazing
Yeah.
experience.
And what is your preferred position?
I prefer to play in the midfield, 8 or 10, but sometimes I was filling in at 9.
Okay, because I remember when you played in the under 17s, I think you were playing as a striker.
Hmm.
Oh,
Oh,
and that is not your so your preferred position is to play either in the eight, which is more like a box to box um role, or to play as a number 10 behind the strikers.
hmm.
Okay, okay, cool, 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 cool. All right. I mean, what was your experience? I mean, you played you played in that under 17 tournament. You turned 17 in December. What was that experience like for you? That whole tournament, your first time like being called up to a Jamaican team, making the final cut. You didn't get a lot of time in the tournament, but what was that like for you? What was the experience like for you?
So so right after my birthday is when I found out that I got invited to the camp. So it was like a birthday present. So that was amazing. So I went to Jamaica for a week, trained with the big training camp, the group, um, and I did well enough to get invited back for the bigger camp. And that was like a month-long thing. And at the end of it, I made the team. I made the final 20, and I just remember being over the moon, being able to tell my parents and let everyone know that I had made the final 20. And I was just so excited, like too excited to put it into words. And then, yeah, and then made the trip to Guatemala. The vibe of the team was amazing. So many talented players on that team. We beat Cuba 4-2, so we were full of confidence. And I believe we lost the next game to Guadeloupe late, and then the next game we tied and went through and lost to Guatemala. So we didn't qualify, but overall amazing experience and amazing players I got to play with.
I mean, you didn't get a lot of playing time because I remember in one of the friendlies, I mean, I think you missed a penalty. Did that affect you playing, or did it affect you mentally, in terms of from there on, or is just was the depth of the squad?
I think the overall depth of the squad was good. I did miss that penalty. It was a little bit of a roadblock. It was unfortunate. It was a little upsetting for me, but that I don't think that was a reason I didn't play much.
Okay, okay. So now, I mean, there is, I mean, I know the next thing that is on board is the under 20 team. Do you think you're in like good playing condition in terms of your physical health, where you are, your development mentally, technically, tactically, to be a part of the upcoming under 20 setup? And what would that feel like for you to represent Jamaica, not just at under 17, but under 20, if you can make that team?
Um, for sure, right now, I feel great. Just came off of a season, still fully fit, mentally good, feel strong. So for sure, I feel like I would be able to help. I have something to add. If I can make that team, that would be amazing.
Okay, okay, okay. All right. Wonderful. So let me just ask you some a little bit probably some easier questions, right? Your sister Cameron, right, played in the World Cup. At what? 18?
19.
19, right? I mean, based on your own past, I mean, do you see yourself representing Jamaica in a World Cup like your sister did?
For sure. That's the dream. It's something you think about from a kid. To watch her actually live her dreams, it's inspiring for me, and it drives me to keep going and to be the next. So
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
So how do you guys train together? Like she comes back home, she's a World Cup star. Both of you go to the park,
Mhm.
and stuff. You against her. Who wins that duel?
So physically I win the duel, but she can hold her own for sure. She's very strong, very fast, always gives me a challenge. It's really good finisher. Those
Yeah.
sessions are really good for both of us.
So what I find interesting, right, is a lot of youngsters your age, they still play in our schoolboy football system. You don't play schoolboy football, right? You don't play in high school. You played in the professionals, and then you're part of the academy setup of Richmond Strikers, right?
Richmond United.
Richmond United. But Richmond United is the academy, and Richmond Strikers is the USL League One team.
So Richmond Strikers is a different academy that
Oh,
plays.
okay, so your
that plays
academy is
in-
Richmond United.
So the academy is Richmond United, which plays in ECNL, which is a high academy level in US, one of the top academies, and I mean one of the top leagues in US for academy level. And then Richmond Kickers is their USL Pro team. So Richmond United is
Oh,
it's a recent partnership. So Richmond United is the feeder into the Kickers Pro team. So
okay. So you're going to play in the ECNL. Is that what they call it?
yeah,
Okay, I see. Ah, no, I get it because it's a feeder to
Mhm.
Richmond Strikers. Or
Kickers.
Kickers, right? So how did Kickers? How did you do, or how have your performances been? Because I think a lot of youngsters. One, I think a lot of youngsters need to hear this. One, because here it is that you are playing professional and academy football, in terms of working on your development. I like that because a lot of players, like I said, in Jamaica, they play in the schoolboy football system. So how would you um describe or explain your performances in the E, ENC,
ECNL.
ECNL? Yeah, talk to me about your performance there. Over the years that Richmond Kickers
Kickers.
would
Yeah.
invite you to their USL team. What was your performance like at that level?
So basically, I joined the academy in U14. So ever since then, I've been there. Um, First year was okay. Second year was a little bit better. Third year was good, and last year, my U17 year for the Richmond United Academy was just my best year that I've had so far. Scored a lot of goals, got a lot of assists, and my team, we won the ECNL National Championship for the whole country. So my performances in so obviously the Richmond Kickers have coaches come watch and see, okay, who's doing well enough to get invited. So the Kickers coach, the staff, they watched and they thought I was good enough to get the invite. So I was training with the pro team to kind of during before the Richmond United season ended. So nothing was official yet. I was just training with the pro team in the morning, and I did well enough to keep getting invited. And then they offered me an academy contract to finish out the season with them. So that's kind of what I did ever since.
Yeah, you're one of the younger players to have had a contract at this age. What, 16? Or there are other 16-year-olds who have also received contract? Or you're in that group of probably one of the first or the only 10? I mean, what are the numbers like at that age to really get signed to the USL one team?
It's definitely I'd say a lower number. Going now into this era of youth soccer in America, it's becoming more common. But I'm the youngest player on the kicker squad. There's a few academy signings, but I'm the youngest one. So I'm not sure in terms of numbers how many 16-year-olds have signed, or in what age have signed in the USL. But I'd say I'm one of the youngest.
Yeah. All right. Before I continue, listen, persons who are watching, we see our sponsor is in the house. Mr. Tricknick himself is in the house. You know, he's here. Welcome, Mr. Tricknick, to I Am Sure Sports, right? In the meantime, people, make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe, and you share. This is Super Friday, so we want to see if you like what young Nicholas Simmons is doing. Just drop a super sticker, drop a super chat, give him a shout out, right? And then I'm going to open the line so a couple of you can call in and ask him questions if you want before we close out. But Nick, here's what I want to ask you: how do you define your game? Like how do you say your game is? Define your game for us, you know. And as you do that, tell us which player you model your game after the most.
Yeah, so I would definitely say I'm a more I like to be tricky on the ball. Um, I I like to dribble a little bit. I like to play progressive with my passes. I like to play in behind a lot. Um, I would definitely say I'm a more attacking midfielder, like I'm an attacking minded player. I want to get to the goal as quick as possible. I like to shoot from far. Um, Growing up, my favorite player was Paul Pogba. I try to model my game after him. I watched him at Juve. I watched him at United. I watched him play for France, and he's definitely a player I model my game after.
So now that you have grown up, all right, is it still Paul Pogba, or you have changed? Yeah.
So I have I have a
Given,
lot of
given his recent activities, you know what I'm saying?
I still like to go on YouTube and watch his prime. I go to YouTube and watch how he played for Juve for the first time, and then some of his better performances for Man United. But other players like Yaya Toure, um, I watch him a lot. One of my
Now we are getting somewhere.
yeah, Yaya Toure, Zidane, all those players, those attacking midfielders, those creative midfielders that can drive into space, play through ball, shoot from far, do the whole thing. Those are the players.
It's kind of funny, right? Because when I heard you say play ball behind, I was wondering, like, the first name that came to my mind was Kevin De Bruyne.
Mhm.
But you know, maybe you're an Arsenal fan and not a Manchester City fan, so you would never call.
I mean, I'm fine with saying Yaya Toure for Manchester City because it was a
Yeah,
while ago
yeah.
where they were good, but now I can't give Kevin De Bruyne that type of credit. But he's a quality player. I love watching him too.
All right. Ian Campbell is asking if you start for a USL main team. So he did answer that, but go ahead, Nick, and you can just explain to him. Yeah, again.
So toward I didn't I didn't get a start towards I signed towards the end of the season when there was only around 7 games left, and I featured in the last 5 games. I've got a range of minutes. I've gotten 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Most recently, I got 45 minutes. I subbed in at half, so that's the most minutes I've got. Next season I'll probably be more into it.
Okay. So now, like I said, you're in the ECNL.
Mhm.
That's where you're going to play until the USL one season restart in next year.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, and ideally, you're at the prime of your career, and all the big clubs are coming after you. You name them, they want to give you this big fat payday, right? All the terms are the same. Which club do you choose?
Oof, that's tough. I'm a Manchester United fan. I'll say that my favorite team is Manchester United, so I'd have to say them. Even though the situation they're in right now isn't amazing, I'd have to say Manchester.
You're going to go to, if all the clubs in the world are offering you the same term and they have these set of coaches, you're going to be coached by,
I would
by,
say
by, by the hug. By
I'd
the
say
hug. Huh? Go
my
ahead.
heart says Manchester United, but my brain would probably say Real Madrid.
Real Madrid. Okay, no love for Arsenal. I understand. I understand the fight. I understand the fight. Yes, Ian, he does have a Jamaican passport. Remember, he played in the under 17s for Jamaica. Yeah, he played in the under 17. The Real Madrid, they say, is a very good choice. You understand me? Not so sure about the Manchester United option. I mean, what are you I mean, I know your father. I mean, education is just as important. Your sister is at the University of Tennessee. I mean, how do you balance school and playing soccer professionally?
So yeah, like I said, right now I'm doing online school, and that takes a good chunk of my day. I have to manage my own time, but I have to make sure that I'm doing my work. So yeah, managing school and soccer is it's not too difficult. I definitely say my main priority is always soccer, but education is important too.
And how important it is to have parents like yours, meaning your mom and your dad, being supportive and believing in your dream. Talk to me a little bit about your relationship with them and how important that relationship has been to your progress and the decisions that you have made and the steps that you have taken in terms of playing football.
Yeah, so for me, my relationship with both my parents was vital. I wouldn't be where I am without both of them. I would definitely say my dad from young to help me. He was always there watching my games, always giving me feedback, never satisfied, never let me get comfortable. Always doing extra. And then my mom to keep me grounded, make sure I'm getting grades, make sure I'm staying focused. Like for me, signing and like a a professional contract, and making the decision to not go in person high school and to do school online. A lot of parents probably would not let their kid do that, and my parents let me do that. They believe in my dream. So yeah, the support from both of them, I can't thank them enough.
Yeah, and I know your dad is involved in futsal. I mean, so you'd have played a lot of futsal in your earlier days. How even playing futsal help you to develop your close skills?
Yeah, so as long as I can remember, I've been playing futsal for his academy. It it develops a different part of your game that you just can't get from playing outdoor 11v11 all the time. The the close control, the quickness, the speed of play, because it's a small course, so the speed of play is it's quick and makes you think quicker, make sure your touch is good, everything. So that's a big part of the player I am today.
Yeah. What would you say to a 16-year-old who, um, like in your situation, probably you know feels like it is not going the way they want it to go and they feel like, you know what, maybe I should stop. Maybe I should stop believing in this dream. Maybe this dream is not possible. What would be your word of advice to them, um, if that's what they're going through now? Like an 16-year-old, someone your age that, um, they want to give up the fight, and you are still fighting, you're still believing, you're still pursuing your dream. What would you say to that person?
I would definitely say think back to younger you. Think back to playing the game with joy, just happiness. And I think that's when you'll find yourself playing with the most confidence, when you're just happy. Like younger you, 6-year old, 7-year old you, just playing the game for fun. I that would be my advice.
Wonderful. Well said. Well said. Well said, Nicholas. What do they call it? It's just Nick. Well, what is your name on your ECNL team? What do they call it? Because every Jamaican, or what did they call it when you were at the Jamaican camp? Because every Jamaican has a nickname.
Yeah, so they called me Simo at the camp.
Simo.
Mhm.
Uh, so and they call your sister Simo as well.
I'm not sure what they called her. I haven't asked that, but they called me. Everyone would say Big Simo,
Big Simo. Why they call it Big Simo?
just because I was the tallest.
Oh, so how tall? How tall are you? Um,
I'm 6'3".
6'3" at 16.
Mhm.
How many pounds?
185.
Yo, have you ever thought like I could be a good basketballer or footballer's always been your love?
No, never. Honestly, I've got that a lot, but no, it's just
or,
David.
uh, and any of your coaches ever said, no, you need to stop this soccer thing and come play some real football, man. You could be a good running back, a good wide receiver. Have they ever approached you and said that?
The high school coach tried,
And what happened?
and I said no, no.
Hear that, people? This is 6'3", 185 pounds. Big Nick Carlos. Simmonds. Oh my Lord. Can you believe that, people? Imagine when he's 20. You understand me? 19 playing under 20 or 18 playing under. Just imagine that, man. But fantastic, fantastic, fantastic. Listen, we wish you all the best, all the best. I know there's an under 20 coming up, and I want to encourage you that just keep working hard, man. Believe in your dream, and all we can do is be the best we can be, and give all that we have to what we believe in, and the rest will work itself out. Control the controllables. You control what we can control, and leave the rest. And uh, I believe that there is a diamond in there, and at some point, others will see it. Maybe your mom, your dad, your sister, and those closest to you have seen that, but others will begin to see it shine. At 16 years old to play in the USL one, we have many Jamaicans who are way older who are playing in there. So you at 16 playing in there is a big deal, because again, 16 years old playing schoolboy football in Jamaica. So yeah, yeah, man. So I don't know anything you want to say to your fans before you go.
No, just thank you for watching.
All right, so people, there you go. Oh, let me say a big thank you to your dad who helped to set this up. Gregory Simmonds, the big man, the big man. So big up yourself. All right, Nicholas, big up yourself as well. Um, all the best, all the best, right? And we are going to close the show, people. Again, before you go, make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe and share. Nicholas, we'll be in touch, man. And I hope you get an opportunity to at least display your talent and your gifts before the under 20 coaches, so they can put you in the pool of players. All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. So take care. Have a wonderful rest of the day.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, man. All right, so there you go, people. Nicholas Simmons. All right. Again, we're going to close this out, and then we're going to go back to our JPL show. We have Owen Hill and a few others waiting on us. But before you go, please, it's Super Friday. Remember, when you come back on, make sure you have your super sticker, your super chat. Hit the like button, share, and subscribe. I am Management. This has been I Am Sure Sports. And when we get to this point of our show, we say we are over and we are out of here.
Yo, watch about dog, SK New heard this. The body out there, Sniper King I represent for I Am Sure Sports. You get to me, I say, when you want the latest news and sports and updates and all of that, check out I Am Sure Sports. You know the thing goes in. Remember, cover the whole island. Remember Kingston, Westmoreland, Galchester, Ocherase, Galtigo Bay. Everywhere. I Am Sure Sports. Check it out for the latest news and latest updates. Sniper King I represent. Where them feel like? Ha, yeah. Someone on for the food from young, from where they knee height. I Am Sure Sports. Yeah, dog.